You're standing in my bedroom, Deborah.
You're staying here?
Yes, but just temporary.
Oh.
If you want to discuss something, we could step into my private office here.
No. As a matter of fact, I think I'd like to get both of your opinions about something.
Well, what do you need to know?
You don't think it's possible that Raven skipped town?
Deborah, where'd you get this idea?
I've been calling Raven all night. There's no answer.
Oh, and from that, you concluded that Raven's phoned the coop?
It's a definite possibility, don't you think?
But from what is she running away?
Well, the technical term is unlawful flight to avoid prosecution.
Deborah, you're still trying to pin Doran's murder on Raven.
Absolutely. It's exactly where it belongs.
Even with what she just told the police?
It's because of what she told me that I think she ran away.
Oh, wait, what are you talking about? I'm lost.
Look, Raven told Chief Mallory that she said she saw Kelly in a unicorn that night. There's absolutely no basis in fact for that. She's lying. And she's afraid she's going to get caught.
You're telling me she's going to perjure herself again to strengthen the prosecution's case? No way. If Kelly McGrath is found guilty, Raven will go free. You know, Deborah, I'm beginning to wonder about what's more important, proving Kelly innocent or Raven guilty. Seems like the same thing to me.
It is the same thing. I don't think Kelly's guilty. And I am going to do everything in my power to see that Raven is arrested, indicted, tried, and convicted of the murder of Elliot Dorn.
Don't you just loud, stubborn redheads?
You bet. I am going all the way on this one.
You sound awfully sure of yourself.
So sure that I bet my badge. Well, they drunk that tea. It'll all be over now. Well, I have to do something. Now, it has to look like suicide. It's the only possible way because I've already talked with Mrs. Carr and told her how strange and depressed April seems, so that it will come as no surprise if I can only get the circumstances to look right. The poison would have been perfect. All right, but what else now? Oh, could she shoot herself? Oh, I could do it and they could find the gun in her hand. Oh, why didn't I bring the gun with me? The look in Mrs. Swift's eyes. Say that you need to be locked up. I know what I did was wrong. But what's done is done. Now, why should anybody want to send me to prison? You think I'm going to let you out of here so you can go to Oakdale and murder April? Why should you worry? You've never cared very much about April Scott. My God, that doesn't mean I'm going to go let you murder her. Now, get back! I am calling the police. Come in. Guys. I've just got to finish what I started. I've got to. How? What do suicides do? Only write notes. Oh, no. There's many paper in this house. Oh, I couldn't make her do that. Oh, maybe down there. down here, you could catch your death. Yes, that's it. That's it. Now what? Well, let's see. Right. Yeah, that'll work. Oh, well, God's right to do this. I'll find the string of... I have got to find it somewhere. Do this for Emily. She's got to be happy, my poor Emily. All right, now. How do I get her down here? Oh, she drunk that tea. Well, now, I can't force her. No, that'd just be too difficult. Can't injure her. That would just look so suspicious. I know. Now, the only way to make sure that April hangs herself is to make sure that she is dead first. Hello? Draper? I don't know what it was. Oh, yeah, I was going to give you a call tomorrow morning. Tonight is fine. Yeah. Draper, look, if you've called to try to convince me to come back, you're wasting your time.
I just wondered what you hope to accomplish staying out there all by yourself.
Well, it's just that everything seemed to be closing in on me in Monticello. Between our situation and Nicole, it just needed to get away where I could sort things out without all the pressures.
And you went to Oakdale?
It's the best place for me right now. I need to be alone.
Are you alone?
Well, Julia's here.
I talked to Mrs. Goodwin today. She told me that Logan was with you this afternoon.
Oh, yeah. Funny, right after you left Miles' house this morning, the phone rang almost immediately. It was Logan. Said he was in town on some business.
And?
Well, I was upset. Needed someone to talk to, so I asked him to come over.
Well, I hope he made you feel better.
Logan's a good listener, Draper. And when I decided to relocate temporarily, he offered to ride out here with me.
Has he gone yet?
Yeah, no sooner did Julie and I get settled in here, he had to leave to catch his plane. He must be back in New York by now.
I'm just wondering why my best friend would come all this way without calling to me to say hello.
Draper, are you jealous?
I'm curious about Logan's visit.
Well, what did you think? My God, you didn't think we ran off with each other or something, did you?
Well, the thought did occur to me.
Oh, Draper, how could you even think anything
Oh,
like that?
it's easy, April. We're separated. You're out there. I don't know what's going through your mind. I guess I'm feeling very insecure.
I turned to a good friend for some much-needed support. Look, you and I might be having our problems, but that doesn't change the way I feel about you. You've got to believe that.
Well, I thought you might be interested in knowing that I kept a promise that I made to you.
What was that?
I talked to Emily. I told her how I felt about her child, and you. I told her I wasn't ever going to let anything come between us.
What was her reaction?
I don't care about her reaction. You're the only thing I worry about. Let me come out there and talk to you.
Not tonight, sweetie.
I miss you.
I miss you, too, more than you probably realize, but I need this time alone. Deb.
So you're finally off the phone. I've been waiting for you.
What are you doing here? I thought you went home. I heard your car a long time ago. What's the light?
You should have had that tea, Mrs. Scott. It would have been so much easier for
Molly? Molly, I told you to go home. Will you come out of there, Mrs. Scott? Right away. Molly, what is it you want with me?
It's going to be very difficult what I have to do, Mrs. Scott, but it has to be done.
Molly, listen to me. I never did anything to hurt you.
Only me, Mrs. Scott. Please come out so I can get this over. Forever, Mrs. Scott. When you do come out, I'll be here. So please.
Molly? Molly, I don't understand. What did I ever do to you?
Oh, nothing really. It's a pity.
Then what has gotten into you?
Emily's happiness is all I care about. Now, you do understand that, don't you?
Do you mean to tell me that you are doing this for Emily?
This triangle? You and Emily and Mr. Scott, well, just can't go on.
No, it can't.
You should have seen them in Evansville, Mrs. Scott. They were such a lovely couple. He just brightened up her life so much.
Molly, listen to me. That was when Emily thought that Draper was Kirk Michael.
But Emily knows much better now, and she loves Draper just as much. And now, well, you know, with the baby coming on, it's only fair that you should have her husband.
Molly, you have got to realize that what you're doing, or what you're trying to do, is wrong. Terribly wrong.
Oh, yes, I know, but it doesn't matter. I don't care anymore, Mrs. Scott. So much has happened. It just simply has to be done.
Molly? Well, you don't really intend to kill me, do you?
Oh, yes, I do. And it won't be a pleasure. I know that.
Molly, you have got to think about what you are trying to do. It doesn't make any sense. You are not going to get away with this.
Oh, well, I'm not taking any responsibility. You're going to commit suicide.
I have a baby. You can't be this cruel.
Oh, yes, I know. I feel very sad about that, but you see, Emily is going to take care of Julie just as if it were her very own.
Molly, listen to me. Molly, if you leave right now, I will never tell anybody about this. I swear to God, I won't. It'll be our secret.
No. Oh, no, I couldn't do that.
I don't want to die!
Well, I'll tell you something, Mrs. Scott. Now, wait a minute. You come out of there, and we'll talk about this together and quietly like two grown-ups.
No, I can't do that. Oh, my God, Julia.
Mrs. Scott? That's Julia crying. Shouldn't you go to her? I mean, she must be terribly frightened in this big house. Well, maybe I should wrap her up and take her back to the pen.
No, don't you touch my baby!
Well, I mean, you shouldn't neglect your baby like that. That's perfectly awful, Mrs. Scott.
Somebody help me, somebody.
Your own daughter. I don't know. You hear her, Mrs. Scott? Mrs. Scott, what are you doing in there? What's going on?
Nothing.
Don't you hear Julia, Mrs. Scott? Oh. Please come back, Mrs. Scott. It's just making everything so difficult. I know know you're here, Mrs. Scott. There's no use in hiding. Just putting everything off. I am going to find you sooner or later.
Saxon?
Hi, Chief. Look, I'm sorry. I hope I'm not interrupting anything, but, Raven wouldn't happen to be here by any chance, would she?
No, she wouldn't.
You sure?
Just you and me. Want to look into the bed?
No, do you happen to, have talked to her or anything?
I don't keep tabs on Raven. She's a big woman now. She does pretty much what she damn well pleases.
Oh, well, that's interesting, because I've been trying to call her all night, and she's not at home. And I know that she's been in mortal fear of her life recently.
We both know that she has a big imagination.
Yeah, I know that, but, there must have been some validity to her claim, otherwise you wouldn't have issued her that firearm, right?
I issued her that firearm more for her own peace of mind than anything else.
Oh, so you don't really believe that Killer Kelly is after her, do you?
Of course not. Considering the circumstances, he'd have to be a lunatic to try anything.
Uh-huh. Well, we don't want anything to happen to our star witness now, do we, Chief?
Deborah, drop the phony concern, please.
All right, Chief. Look, if you hear from her, will you let me know?
I don't think I'll be hearing from her tonight. Answer the phone.
Scott, my patience is wearing just a little thin. Mrs. Scott. Thank you, Mrs. Scott. There's no way out of there.
Lily, I want you to listen to me. There's no way in the world that you can get away with this. Draper knows I'm here. He knows you're here, too.
It is Scott.
I told him you're here.
Oh, no, he's not.
He's
just going to call the police, Molly. The police will come here. They'll find you.
But I told you, Mrs. Scott, it doesn't matter. Emily has to be.
Molly, I am going upstairs and I am going to take my baby and I'm getting out of here. Lydia, stop!
Thank you, Mrs. Scott. Oh, you have just made everything so much easier.
April's all alone with the baby in the house. Oh, I hope she's all right.
Oh, yes, Mrs. Scott, this is so much better when you quiet like that. Oh, it makes it so much easier to find those of us. Poor April. You are so depressed and sad. Everybody's left you. That's why you have to do this. I know. That's why you're going to do this.
Crazy.
Obsessed. That's the word.
The word is convinced. Calvin, I have never been more certain in my entire life that Raven Swift is our killer. Now, I will even bet you that she's probably already left town.
Why? Simply because she wasn't home when you called her at midnight.
Calvin, it is after midnight. And don't tell me she's out visiting friends because she doesn't have any.
Oh, I don't know. Some women have a way of making friends rather easily.
The chief doesn't even know where she is. And if anybody should know where she is...
Now, what makes you think that she tells him her schedule? Or that if he knew it, he'd tell you?
It's true. He knows all too well how I feel about her.
Well, you know how he feels about her. I mean, if they had some sort of a rendezvous set up, he may very well want it to remain secret.
No. Calvin, the way I see it, she's already realized she's backed herself up into a corner by admitting that she was at the Unicorn the night that Elliot was killed.
Red, she cleared that up by naming the killer.
Out of desperation, yes. She named Kelly McGrath. Now she realizes she's got to back up that statement in court, and she's got to face Mike Carr's cross-examination.
Listen, it is 1:30. I will bet you that Raven is at home right now, tucked away in her little bed.
You're on. Need time?
Yeah.
Here you go.
You got a number?
Oh, yeah. Look under Swift.
Okay, and if she does answer the phone, you pick up the check.
You got it.
Thought I heard you rattling around in here.
Sorry.
Can't sleep because of the storm? I remember when I was a kid and I couldn't sleep because I was afraid of the thunder. My mom used to come in and said, "Don't worry, it's just the angels up there bowling."
I can't sleep because April and the baby out at the place in Oakdale bothers me.
Well, at least you know she's not in New York with Logan. Gotta feel good about that.
I don't know why that ever went into my head. It must have been crazy to think something like that. Must be the weather.
Who do you think would call at this time of night? It's 1:30. Think it's that blonde at the bar, huh? Maybe you might have to take it an all-night movie. Cliff Nelson residence.
Cliff Nelson?
Yeah. Hey, she's got a very deep voice. Yeah, this is Cliff.
Cliff, this is Miles Cavanaugh. I'm really sorry to call you this late at night, but I got to speak with Draper.
Yeah, sure. It's your brother-in-law.
Miles?
Yeah. I didn't know the doctors called in the middle of the night. I thought that was the other way around.
Miles, there's something wrong with April.
No, Draper, I'm calling about Emily Michaels.
Emily Michaels, what about her?
She was just here looking for April. She was in an agitated state. That's putting it mildly. I thought you ought to know about it.
What did she want, Miles?
Well, it's difficult to get any sort of coherent story out of her. It was obvious you two had had some kind of confrontation this evening, no?
Yeah, we had some words, Miles. I told her about... would you mind, Cliff?
Oh, yeah, sure. I don't mind at all. Right.
Yeah, Miles, we had some words. I told her some things that probably upset her. I told her she just had to get out of our lives. That just leave us alone.
Yes, well, I don't know whether it's going to be that easy, Draper. I mean, obviously, she's still a little bit disturbed. She told me point blank that she had no intention of leaving you alone.
Miles, she can't do that. It's the only way for April and me to take it. Cliff, will you give me 2 minutes alone with my brother-in-law, please?
Yeah, all right. I'm going. Jeez. The guy can't even eavesdrop in his own apartment.
Miles, you know what my situation is. Woman is using the baby as a club against me. I won't let her do it anymore, Miles. I told her I was never going to see her again.
Oh, listen, all right. Have you spoken with April?
Oh, yeah, she's out at the place in Oakdale. She told me she wanted to go out there and be alone for a while to think things over.
Yeah, she told me that's how she felt.
Yeah, what about me, Miles? What about the way I feel about it? Well, I don't care, Miles. I've just made up my mind. I'm going out there regardless of what April says. I'm going right now.
Hey, Draper, wait a minute. That stuff about going to an all-night movie was just a joke.
Cliff, I gotta go out.
This weather, you crazy? It's not fit for man, nor beast, nor attorney.
Cliff, I've got to go to Oakdale. Thanks a lot for the hospitality.
Terrific. Well, drive carefully. I don't want to be a one-man law firm. Hey, Mom, they're doing more than just bowling up there. It sounds like they're demolishing the whole place.
No, I put it here. There we are. Now, let's see. Do I know how to make a noose? I really don't know how to do any of these things. April wouldn't either, so I guess...
I'm here, Mrs. Goodman.
What is this? Do you know what time it is?
Yes, I do.
What kind of a doc are you? Didn't you ever hear of early to bed and early to rise?
First thing they taught us in med school.
And you told me you wanted to be up at the crack of dawn tomorrow for your wife's operation.
Well, I'm not performing the operation, Mrs. Goodman. I just want to be around when it takes place.
Yeah, but you want to be around and awake, too, don't you?
I will go upstairs in a few minutes.
You're worried about this one, aren't you, huh?
Well, not so much about the operation. There's not much question about its surgical success, you know.
Yeah, I know. You told me about that. It's the time it takes before you know whether the transplant's going to work or not, right?
Right. See, I have a whole month to do my worrying in.
Oh, Doc, you're not going to put me through this for a whole month, are you?
No, I promise to be good.
Yeah, but you got something else on your mind, don't you? That woman that was here tonight, I know.
Yes, I could have done without that.
She really upset you, didn't she? I can tell.
A little bit. I'm almost glad April wasn't here. It would have upset her even more.
Who was she, anyway?
Her name is Emily Michaels.
Was she a patient of yours? You know, I think she needs a psychiatrist more than an MD.
No, she's not a patient. She used to be a friend of April and Draper's.
Oh, a friend, huh? You're kidding me, aren't you? She looked more like an enemy to me. Yes. And we know that life is true. Now, how shall we do this? something. Maybe I can find a stool or a box or... Oh, perfect. Now I just have to go upstairs and find a stool or something. It's easy.
Wake up. Okay, I'll get you some water. Oh, you're still working?
Yeah, I'm almost done.
Molly said dinner should be on the table in a minute.
Good.
Want a drink?
Yeah, I think I could use one.
This kind of reminds me of the good old days, you know. We used to sit and have a nice, quiet little drink before dinner and whisper sweet nothings and each other. Do you think we'll ever have those days again?
Of course we will. Still angry?
No, I'm not angry. I'm worried. Have you given any thought to how this situation is going to be resolved?
Yeah, I've thought about it. I've been going over some of the alternatives we have.
It's funny, I only see one.
And that is?
We assure Emily that everything she needs will be taken care of. She'll be secure, and she and her baby will have everything they want.
That goes without saying.
In exchange, she does not interfere in our lives. She doesn't interfere in any way, shape, or form. She's got to leave here, Draper. I don't care where she goes. She's got to get away from here, away from us.
I just don't know if we're going to get Emily to agree to that.
Monticello, not to mention this building, is not large enough for all of us. If she insists on staying here, then we'll move.
I don't think that's very reasonable.
Draper, I'm not interested in being reasonable. I am interested in saving our marriage.
Look, I don't know if we can just set conditions like that. I feel callous buying Emily off.
If you have any better ideas, I'm very willing to listen.
I can't turn completely away from Emily. She is carrying my child.
Draper, you can't have two families.
No, I don't want two families.
Well, then it looks as if you're just going to have to choose between us.
Emily, I know that we should have sat down a long time ago. I mean, the three of us just sat and talked this thing through. It was virtually impossible then. So I thought that maybe we could accomplish more if you and I just sat here and talked about it.
It was very wise of you.
I saw April today. I saw her at her brother's place this morning. And Emily, I realized that nothing is going to be solved until I do something.
Do what?
Emily, my marriage is being destroyed. And unless I can resolve this situation... Look, I have to make a decision. And I know that regardless of what I do, somebody's going to be hurt.
Oh, I know, Draper, I know that. But remember, April is very strong.
What?
She has so much inner strength. Well, look at her. Look how she came through this whole widowhood thing. She was so brave about it. Well, she picked up the pieces of her life and she built a new home for herself. This home, and she even found someone to fill the void when you left her. Logan Swift.
Emily, wait.
No. Logan and April were in love. Everyone knows that. And if your marriage ends, Draper, she'll be happy again. She'll go back to him. She'll follow him to New York. That's where he is, isn't he? Draper, just listen. It'll just be like rearranging families, that's all.
Emily. Now listen, you listen to me. We're not doing that. We're not going to rearrange families. Emily, I love April. I love her. I'm not going to let anything come between that. Not you. Not the baby you're carrying. Not even my own feelings of guilt. Done pretty well so far. It's going to stop. Let's stop right now.
Obviously, you were just on a wild goose chase. Only in your case, the bird was a raven.
Calvin, you have got it all wrong. It's because I didn't find Raven that I'm suspicious.
You mean because you think that she skipped town, right?
I think it is more than likely, yes.
Even though she's a witness in the McGrath trial.
Calvin, that's why she wants to avoid the trial, because if she gets on the witness stand, she is going to perjure herself.
Look, Red, you said something earlier about going to see the chief. I hope you didn't go through with that.
Yes, I did.
Well, I thought that was maybe the only place in town where Raven is hiding, you know. Of course, he said she wasn't there. Then he could have been lying. She could have been hiding under the bed.
Why do I get the feeling that he was none too happy about your little visit?
But Chief Mallory is not happy about anything I do.
You are really burning your bridges, kid. Don't you realize that?
Why? Why? Because I'm doing something I believe in? Calvin, you know me better than that. Look, it's after 2 in the morning. The woman is not home yet. That's got to mean something.
It means that she's a night owl, and that's all it means. Or that she's spending the night in somebody else's nest. It also means it's time you were in dreamland.
I can't sleep, Calvin. Maybe it's the storm.
Just try putting the covers over your head. Hold on. I want you to hear this, Calvin. Look, duty calls, right? I gotta go. I'll talk to you.
Good night.
Good night. What is it, Al?
Des caught a squeal about a half hour ago. I thought you'd be interested in hearing the tape.
Well, let's see what you got.
Police headquarters, Sergeant Weston.
I have to speak to the chief of police.
I'm sorry, ma'am. The chief isn't available at the moment.
This is a matter of life and death.
Yes, ma'am. We're used to that. Just tell me about it.
There is a crazy woman, and she just shot me.
Voice sounds familiar.
Look, you have to send someone out to Oakdale because this woman just went out there to kill April Scott. Oh, God, I don't know the address.
It is her. It's Raven.
Easy now and tell me what it's all about.
Please, her name is Molly Sherwood, and she is on her way to Oakdale to murder someone. Now, you please send someone there.
Al, what was done about this?
We called the local precinct in Oakdale to give them what information we had. Of course, they have to find out where this house is so they can check it out.
Look, give me the chief at home. It's an emergency.
Mallory.
Chief, it's Stoner.
Cal, what is it?
Chief, I think you better brace yourself. Raven Swift's been shot. Somebody tried to kill her. Weston sent the medics out.
But there was nobody home.
Wait, hold on, Chief. Say what?
I said there was nobody home.
Chief, the story's getting a little cockeyed. It appears, Raven wasn't there when they arrived.
Does anybody know where she is?
Was there anything on the tape about where the woman went?
She said she was heading to Oakdale herself.
Wait a minute. She's been shot and she's driving to Oakdale in a thunderstorm? That makes a lot of sense. Chief, I have just been told that Raven is driving herself out to Oakdale.
What? Have the police out there been notified of this?
Well, yeah, but they're probably going to have a little trouble finding the place because Raven didn't have the address of the Scott house.
Well, if they had any common sense, they could look it up in the phone book, for crying out loud.
I'm sure they'll work it out. The thing that's strange is, why'd she mention Molly Sherwood, and what is April Scott doing back in her old house?
I've got no idea, but I think we better get out there. Listen,
Pick me up as soon as you can. I'll be ready. And have the address. This is no night to get lost.
Right, Chief.
Oh, my God. Raven better be all right.
I know. All the lights are out. I have a flashlight here. I'll just relax. Sorry. Oh, my God, my head. Oh, baby, you must have fallen and bumped it because you were unconscious when I came and I thought you were dead. When did you get here? It's all right. That crazy woman came to my house and she told me that she was going to come here and kill you. Are you sure? Yes, she tried to kill me. She shot me twice. She shot you? Yes. She must have been a terrible shot because she missed me both times and then I don't know what happened. I just fainted or something. Where is she now? No, it's all right. She fell down. She's right over there. She must have seen me and fell down the stairs. She probably thought I was a ghost.
Anybody there? This is the police.
Oh, God, yes, we're down here. Help.
Who's this?
That's Molly Sherwood. She tried to kill both of us. She's a crazy woman.
She's a dead woman. Oh, wait a minute, Raven. What has all this got to do with Elliot Dorn? Now, why would Molly Sherwood want to see Dorn dead?
She thought that Elliot knew that it was her. She thought that Elliot figured out the whole sugar thing, so she killed Elliot, and then she tried to kill Cliff Nelson, and then she arranged the little accident for herself to try to blame it on Kelly McGrath.
Sounds like she told you the whole story.
Yes, because she didn't think it would matter. She was going to kill me. She didn't know that I had a gun. Yeah, I'll just go away. You'll never hear from me again. I'll just take Emily. We'll both go away together. Don't you make one move toward me, you raving lunatic! Why won't you understand me? Emily is so alone in the world. I made a promise to her father, her dying father, that I would take care of her. She's just like a daughter to me, but you are insane and you need to be locked up. I know what I did was wrong. But what's done is done. Now, why should anybody want to send me to prison? You think I'm going to let you out of here so you can go to Oakdale and murder April? Why should you worry? You've never cared very much about April, Scott. My God, that doesn't mean I'm going to go let you murder her. Now, get back! I am calling the police. Come in. Bye. Believe she missed me, but she did. And then I fell over like I was dead.
You mean you pretended?
No, I fainted. But anybody would have done the same thing if someone was pointing a gun at them at point blank.
Go on, what happened?
Well, I don't know how long I was unconscious, but then I opened my eyes, and I was alive. I touched myself to see if I had blood on me, and I figured out she missed me.